Good evening, everyone. Well, hope everyone's having a great summer. Ours here is very hot, and most of the people across the country is very hot. And I really don't know a lot about what's going on in the world, and that's probably a good thing. So, um, hello, Melanie. Hello, Susan. Well, Susan, she's still here. She's still hanging on. She's she's a fighter. I We have learned that she has a very severe UTI, which can put her in the comatose stage that she's in, and it can also take her life. So, I have been up there pretty much. I was there all day Monday. I'm up today, and I stayed for a few hours and then came home, took care of the animals and everything, and then went back up there and stayed for quite a long time. And then came home. I'm having a lot of pain. I'm not used to being immobile and sitting around a hospital bed is very difficult for me. So I tried to go back and forth a little bit today. And I only did that because she's doing better. You know, if she was still if she was still unresponsive, I would not ever leave her side. Thank you, Melanie. I am devastated. This is what happened. My sister and I share taking care of my mom. I take care of her in the daytime, and when my sister needs me to on the weekends, and anytime she's out of town, I take mom. Well, this time, because my daughter Becky was getting married, thank you, Susan. Because Mama's struggling to keep up, I took her. Okay, this is why I told my sister to go ahead and do this. I took her shopping one day, and it really wore her out. And I said, you know what, Becky's getting her in. I don't want Mom's health to go down because she's trying to keep up at a wedding event. And us trying to go shopping and everything, trying to get all the stuff that we needed for the wedding. So, okay. And the reason why that even came about was my sister is a postal worker, and she went to a union meeting in North Florida, and she was there for a couple of days, and she came back I want to say it was late Sunday night or something. I don't know. I can't keep up with her schedule and mine too. So, make a long story short, Ruth was at work Monday. Okay, so I went ahead and told my sister, let's go ahead and put her in for 5 days because hospice has this thing where they'll put them in a facility and give you a break for 5 days. So I agreed, and I originally was going to take care of her because I was going to be at Walt, but y'all remember I just lost Walt. And it wouldn't have been any more to take care of Mom than it would be to take care of Walt at the same time. I mean, they're both very easy people to take care of. So when Walt passed and we discussed all this stuff, I said to my sister, I said, you know what? I'm pretty heartbroken over Walt already, and I could probably use a little bit of time, and Mom could probably enjoy some different company, you know. But she does. She is a little social butterfly when she gets in with a bunch of people. Last time she was there, she walked the halls and talked to everybody and had a great time. All the nurses remembered her when we went up Monday. So she went. I took her over to my sister's because my sister had been out of town. She was leaving Thursday morning really early, so I picked her up Wednesday at Joe's Club and brought her home and got her up the next morning, gave her a bath, got her all ready to go, and she was all fantastic, happy-go-lucky, filled her full of fluids and Ensure and fed her and everything before she got into the bus to go to, because they pick her up. It's just easier. My sister didn't have to sit there for hours on end trying to pick up Mom, or put Mom in there and pick her up. So, make a long story short, they picked her up on Thursday morning. Well, David and I went by there on Saturday, and Mom was sleeping, but she didn't look good. And I just figured, oh, she's just sleeping, you know. She woke up and gave me a kiss and talked to me and everything, but she went back to sleep. So I told David, I said, let's just go. She's sleeping. Well, I got really upset that day anyways, because it kind of scared me. I should have stopped right then and done something about it, but I didn't. I sent a picture to my sister. I said, I don't even think they're getting her up. That's all I thought. I didn't realize that she was that sick. Maybe that was just the beginning of the sickness. I don't know. Anyways, so she has a very severe UTI. And I'm getting eat up. I have mosquitoes in my house. Mosquitoes here are fierce here, and so is the heat. But anyways, so Sunday was the wedding. I was going to go after the wedding, but I did not know what time the visiting hours were closed at the rehab center. And I took Jace and headed home with him. from Becky's wedding, and I called the rehab center and nobody would answer the phone. So I said, well, maybe visiting hours is over. And that's what I thought. I said, it's already so late, and Jace had fallen asleep in the back seat. If Jace had not been if Jace had not been if Jace had not fallen asleep in the back seat, I would have went over there Sunday night. Monday morning, the hospice nurse visited her in the rehabilitation center and found her comatose. Called my sister. My sister and I met there and found her non-responsive. She could barely open her eyes when we really, really roughed her up a little bit. Okay? And then, it was really weird, they transferred her from there into hospice hospice house. It's called VITAS, but it's an actual hospice house. Only people that are in her shoes are there. So yes, I'm happy for Becky too. It was a beautiful wedding, and I'll show you some pictures in a minute. So my life is going up and down, up and down, up and down. Losing Walt, getting married, and my mom being so sick, and Wilma being sick during this whole time too. I've been a little freaked out about this because I'm waiting for the next shoe to drop, and I do not want either one, Wilma or my mom, to go. I'm just freaking out. And Wilma has had, she had her surgery and got her port, and then all of a sudden it didn't work whenever they tried to do it, so she had to have it removed in emergency surgery, and then had it put back in, and then the next day, which was Tuesday, she had her chemotherapy. And this is how overwhelmed I was. I knew all this was going on with Wilma, and because she's my best friend, I got several best friends, but there's Diane, Wilma, and Teresa are my very closest friends and best friends right now. And I have known them all for over 20 years, I believe. Maybe not Teresa. I can't remember what year I met Teresa. But I know it's over 15 years, all of them. So anyways, make a long story short, and I've got friends from childhood that are my best friends too. I don't believe in just one best friend. Sorry, guys. That's awful to say, ain't it? Anyways, so me in hysterics, not thinking, I just wanted to talk to Wilma, and I called her Monday morning when she was getting her new port put in, and they were fixing to roll her off for surgery, and she said, wait, I need to take this call. She spoke to me and was calming me down and getting me together, and I said, Wilma, who's all those people in the background? Where are you at? Not even, and I knew she was going to have surgery one day. She said, well, honey, I'm fixing to have surgery, remember? She said, and they're trying to wheel me down to the surgical room. I said, oh my God, call me when you're done. I love you, and I'll be praying for you. So we hung up, and I just fell apart. Now, mind you, God works in mysterious ways. Even though I fell apart, I had my grandbaby with me, or else I would have fallen apart so bad that I wouldn't be able to drive, and I would have fallen apart so bad that I couldn't control my tears, and I probably would have had an accident. But because He was with me, I was a whole lot calmer than I would have been otherwise. And of course, those of you who got little grandkids, when you cry or something upset you, they are right there on you, wanting to love you and help you through it. And he was in the back seat, and he's saying, "Nana, okay, Nana, okay." I said, "Yes, Jace, Nana's okay." So we get to the hospital, to the rehab, and mind you, I had to call my daughter, who just got married the night before and, was out having fun the night before. Was out a little late and everything. And I didn't have all three of her children this time. I only had the one baby, the youngest. And it was such a beautiful ceremony. I'll tell you all about that in a minute. I want to get the worst over with and then end with the happy stuff. So, she, it's hard for me to keep all my memories together. So, anyway, she met me at the rehab place, and she ended up taking Jace, and I can't remember. I don't know if she came over to the hospice house. I can't remember to save my life. I just can't remember. So then, anyways, Tuesday, she brought the other two children up. Now, Mom's still pretty out of it. I mean, literally out of it. And she's still out of it tonight. But it was sobering. I try to, I don't know if you guys, I try my best to control my emotions, especially in front of my grandkids. And I hate crying. I hate crying in front of people. I'm pretty personal. I mean, pretty private. Y'all have seen me cry a lot. I don't know how I end up. I guess it's because I'm sitting here alone usually when I'm talking to y'all. Doggone, the mosquitoes are eating me up. Anyways, so make a long story short, Tuesday she brought the kids up to see her, which was yesterday, and it was so precious. The kids were loving on her and crying, and she said, "Don't cry. I love you." I had to go in the bathroom to contain myself. And the kids went into the family room that they have at hospice house. I call it hospice house. It's VTOS. I don't know what it is. And They made her a card and brought it in, and she was so tickled. Very, very happy. And then, so I convinced them that there was something wrong with her. I think she's got a UTI. That's what I thought before. I was really, really concerned before she even went in there that she had a UTI. I was right. She had a full-blown UTI, and it has poisoned her whole body to make her just lethargic almost. So anyways, so she had, well, it's really Tuesday morning because it was midnight, a little after midnight, Monday night. She had her first dose of antibiotics. They were giving her 3 doses. She'll get her 3rd dose tonight. The first dose on Monday, I didn't see a whole lot of change until probably around sometime in the afternoon. And then she started talking a little bit more. And not really talking, but I don't know how to explain it. Oh, goodness gracious. How am I going to get rid of these mosquitoes? Oh, anyways. Okay, so Tuesday, that happened. And the whole time she's still telling us that she loves us and giving us kisses. Okay? And I could see by the looks on her face at different times when people were saying things that I had to shut them up really quick because she's listening to everything. I remember being in a coma. I remember people talking around my bed and the things that they were saying. And if I can remember that, I know that she may not, even though she's got Alzheimer's, she can still comprehend some things, I believe. I do believe that. So, anyways, make a long story short, this morning I went there and she's trying to talk. But she's little like hands all over the place and, picking and stuff like that. That sometimes can mean that she's at the end. And she could be at the end. I don't. Sorry, guys. She could be at the end, but I don't think she is. I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm not gone. Only God knows when she's going to come and when she's going to go. So I left her to try and get some sleep. Hopefully she would get some sleep, right? Because the lady told me she was up all night long trying to talk to them. And nobody can understand a word she was saying because you can barely hear her. She ain't got no voice. She ain't got no volume. And part of that's because they stopped giving her anything internally. So all of her pipes are all dry and everything. Because they're afraid that she's going to choke. So what do you do? So anyways, they have taken her off all of her meds. They're only giving her Tylenol and a anxiety medication. I can't think of the name of it. Xarelto or something like that. I don't remember. Hang on, guys. I'm sorry. I'm on live stream. So, So I left her to try and get some sleep. But I want you to know, and this is what's really strange about the whole scenario. She was agitated when I got there. She was trying to talk and all jittery and carrying on. And on the screen, they had real calming music, and it was on the screen of the television. It was ocean stuff and everything. And I watched that for a while, and finally, it was like an hour or something later, and it was time for Mom's soap. Mom and I have watched General Hospital for years, ever since I was a little girl, probably ever since it came out. I watched it with my grandma, and then I went to, watching it with my mom when Linda got grown, and Linda got into it, and Mom and Linda would go to Disney World and see all the stars. It was Meet Soap Fest or something like that. Meet the Stars or something. I don't know. Anyways, they used to do that all the time. So Mom got into the soaps too, and she used to tape them and then watch them whenever she could. So I told the nurse, I said, Mom's show's fixing to come on, and I know that it would calm her down and let her mellow out. Well, I turned on General Hospital, and immediately she perked up and she's looking at the TV. I closed the door and turned it up to where she could hear it real good. And then she just slowly went off to sleep, and she wasn't twitching anymore. No more problems. And then when that was over with, I think it was 3 o'clock she got her tunnel. And so the lady came in and gave her Tylenol. They're doing it through a syringe. They're breaking it up. And she can't have any of your medicine because her medicine's all time released. So anyways, she takes her medicine. The lady woke her up to take it, and she's trying to talk to her, and she's not understanding. I can't remember what she said, but I told the lady what she said. She's like, "Oh," like, wow. And then she says, I said, tell me, how do you do this YouTube thing? Because, Mom and I sit in here, now that I know how to do it on my television, Mom and I sit in there and watch YouTube during the day whenever she's too tired or too messed up to walk around and do things outside or inside. And while she's sitting there, I can put her feet up and I can go do things in the house, right? She starts watching the YouTube, and she is just like, I told the lady, I said, this is her favorite channel. With kids, well, one of her favorites. She likes watching the Hollers. And they just had a new baby, and she just talks to them babies. She's done that all along, right? So it's turning out to be better, I believe. I believe she's going to come out of this. I don't know for positively sure, but she's talking more clearly to me. She didn't really talk clearly. I can understand her, and Ruth can understand her because we're around her all the time. But when I had to leave tonight, I said, Mom, it's time for me to go home. I'm going to go ahead and go home, okay? I love you. And she said, oh, do you gotta? I love you. I'm like, thank you, Jesus. Let's see, what have I missed? My daughter was able to give my mom a facial during hospice care. Those moments will be treasured by me forever. Yes. Um, Hello, Carol. Sorry I didn't speak to you. Hello, Christy. Listening while I drive. Hey, Teresa. Um, the anxiety med liquid is very helpful once they are removed from all the meds. I had to give that to mom too. I would play YouTube hymn music for her with nature sound scenes. Well, that's what they had, but she didn't really respond to that. She responded to the regular shows that we watch and the YouTube channels that we watch. And she was talking to them like she does when she's here. And it was just, but she still got a little bit of hand movement, which kind of scares me because that's what my daughter Linda did before she went. So I don't know if she's out of the clear or not. Cindy wanted to listen to Sound of Music. Yep. So that's all the chaotic stuff that's been going on. The cool stuff, because I want to get my mind in a good mood, in a good frame of mind, so that I can sleep tonight. I haven't gotten more than 5 hours of sleep in the last week and a half, 2 weeks. I just lost Kathy on live stream. Our Wi-Fi is bad this week. Oh, I'm sorry. So let's see here. Pictures. I'm making a video whenever I get some time around it. But trying to find a good one. Well, they're looking off. Doggone it, David. This one's good. Catherine? I don't know if y'all can see it. That's Becky's husband, and me, and Becky, and her daddy. This is David on this side, and Patrick, Becky's husband, next to me. How we ended up like that, I don't know. But Patrick they said, Patrick, you get in there too. And I'm like, I don't know why he wasn't in there the first time, but I guess she wanted some pictures with just us. And this is a picture of our whole family. That was, well, not our whole family. My daughter-in-law wasn't in it for some reason. I don't know why. And all of her children weren't in it, but Brian was in it, my son, and my daughter Ashley on the end. David, of course. I don't know what's going on here. Alora and Jace is the little guy, and Lance, Patrick, and me. And I'm telling you, I had a blast. I think it's the best wedding I've ever been to. My daughter did a good job. She really did. It was intimate. It was not a lot of people. A lot of people got their feelings hurt because she didn't invite anybody except for her siblings and their children and his siblings and his mother and father and her mother and father and my very good friend Diane and her husband. That's only people that were invited to come that came. We have a family that is in our church that we invited to, two of them, but one in particular. Both of them have been we've been friends with since we started going there 40 years ago. Yeah, about that. Since '87. So um, the Thayers and Mrs. Thayer had fallen and broken her hip, and I didn't know it. And we were hoping that her and her husband would get to come, but they didn't. And then um, uh, Karen and Jeff didn't get to come either. Let's see here. I don't know where I left off. Okay, got it back. Had to exit and come back in. Okay. Thank you, Christy. She was beautiful, beautiful bride. Oh, thank you, Carol. Um, I felt like a princess. Now I'm going to tell you, my girlfriend Diane and I went shopping, and she just made me feel like a princess. Her and the girl that was helping us to find the dress and everything, they just made me feel like I was worth $1 million. I have never I've never had a shopping experience that was so beautiful. And the funny thing about the dress is they were grabbing dresses and stuff like that, and the lady was grabbing dresses, and I really wasn't looking at any of the racks, right? She's grabbing all these dresses, and she didn't pick this dress. So I went and tried all these dresses on, and I had one that I could have settled for, but I really wasn't that totally into it. It was okay, but it didn't send me over the moon. Diane said, well, there's other dresses out there too. And I said, oh, okay, well, let's go look at some more, I think. I don't remember exactly how it was, but we walked back over there and started looking at more dresses. And I said, Diane, that's the dress. I've got to have that dress. I hope and pray that dress fits me perfectly. And I pulled it off of the rack and showed it to her, and she's like, oh, that fits. That's your colors, Kathy. So we got one other one, and I tried the other one on first, and then I tried that one on, and I'm like, this is it. This is the dress. I have to have this dress. And then we went over and got some shoes to match. It was just absolutely a beautiful day. And y'all know, this is my shoes every single day. Now, I've already had to wash these dudes twice today, and I still got dirt up here from tonight. It's constant, because they're flip-flops, right? My feet are constantly having to be scrubbed and abused because I wear flip-flops. Diane said to me, what are you going to wear? I said, I don't know, probably my flip-flops. She just laughed. She says, no, you're not either. She says, maybe you can get some sandals that'll fit it. So we went over there and found the perfect shoe. I mean, it was just so, so wonderful. I know that God had my heart, because I probably would have lost it. I probably would have never gone to my daughter's wedding. And I don't know how I would have handled things if I didn't have Jace with me. So Yeah, so happy for Becky. Gorgeous pictures. Thank you. Um, I am struggling with gnats, mosquitoes, and of course, I get those um, moths from the macaw food, and I am just going nuts. They keep touching me. It's freaking me out. Wonderful pictures. You looked beautiful, Kathy, and so did Becky. Thank you. Kids are so cute, all dressed up. I know, and it was just adorable. Now, Jace, he's a little bit flighty and here and there, but he's 3 years old, and they were doing the ceremony, and he's just walking around, having a good old time all by himself. But he brought the rings up, and that was what he was supposed to do. You left off with Mom watching her sew and settling down for sleep. I put him down and my Wi-Fi crashed. Glad it came back. Oh, I'm sorry. Such a Florida girl. Yes, I am. I'm all Florida girl. Hey, let me tell you something. It wasn't when I was a young person. I did not wear shoes. I didn't wear shoes hardly at all. Every once in a while, I'd wear flip flops and barely ever wore tennis shoes. I've never ever really wore shoes. Now my service dropped. Oh, that's terrible. God knew indeed that you needed a girly day, and who surrounded you, he arranged. Yep. Doggone it. I think there's a gnat that keeps hitting my hair and it's freaking me out. I went through the mosquito gnat thing a couple of weeks ago. Now it's this extreme heat. Hey, Nancy. It was a beautiful wedding. We are having a humpback gnat. We are having the humpback gnats, which usually come from restaurants' drain traps. I pull one trap, hubby pull the other, and the gnats keep returning. No plants inside took them out. Mm. Yeah, my problem is I'm incubating eggs, and I think that I think they're I think they're getting in there when this batch of quail eggs hatch. I believe I don't see anything flying around in there, but I can't figure out where's all the water going because every day I have to add water to that thing. I mean, it could be blowing it all out. I don't know, but it's just crazy how much water I have to put in this incubator. But I've got um, well, I have the chickens, and I also have the mangoes are all falling. Now, I don't know why the gnats and fruit flies and all that stuff don't attack the fruit that's on the tree, but once it hits the ground, if it splits or something, they're all over it. So what I've been doing is trying to pick it all up and give it to the chickens, and they eat it like crazy. So it doesn't go to waste. Just a lot of pestilence starting to show up. Biblical. Exactly. Which one do you use to incubate them? I would love to have rebellious quail. Let me tell you something. If you get into quail, make sure that you get Coturnix quail. The other quail are a pain in the tush. They are um, aggressive to one another, and they literally will kill each other or injure each other, and then they'll die from it. I only have a few quail that are left from. Um, I have 2 quail that are left from the 125 quail eggs that I bought, and they are Bob Whites, and they are just as aggressive as can be. In fact, they have attacked a couple of my Coturnix quail. So my plan is, I noticed today that they are large enough to go in with the ones that I had purchased that were adult quail, and they are mixed breed something. Nobody, I couldn't even tell you what they are. They're beautiful birds, but they pick on those on each other too. One of those I had to literally pull out of there and put aside because its head was all tore up, and I had to get it to heal and put her back in there. They haven't killed her yet. She seems to be doing fine now, and so I think I got like 3 or 4 left in that cage, and I'm gonna pull the 2 from the other cage and pull them down. So. Y'all, Nancy, keep your eye out, please. Let's see here. Definitely. Thank you, babe. Definitely a lot going on. Oh, I already read that. The rats will come too with fruit dropping. So good idea. Yes. And what I do is I have a little thing out there that I put rat poison in because I'm not dealing with rats. That's the only poison I will allow in my yard, and we get them as soon as they die. We get them and dispose of them. Rebellious because the city says no foul. Yes, Dad told me Bob White quail are aggressive and will kill each other, picking at each other's butts. Also, they will literally bite the feet off of each other, and they will bleed to death. Or they'll peck their heads. They're just mean little turds. Thank you for confirming that you told me years ago. Yes. Now, trying to think of what I think there were Bob Whites too that I got from Linda's son when Linda's son was selling them. But they were aggressive too, and they killed each other so badly that I'm telling you, I had them here. Wilma and Michael had them at their house, and Wilma and Michael said, I'll never raise these again, ever. And they just literally would go to town on each other. And it's not like they didn't. They had food. They had everything they needed. It wasn't like they were hungry or they were just mean as could be. And babies, not full grown. They were babies. I don't think any of them ever made it to full growth. And my house, I think Wilma said they let like a dozen or so loose, and I'm like, that. Well, they have to be aggressive out in the wild, so that's what they wanted for. I mean, it's better that they got aggressive for their. And every once in a while, they do see them, but getting them to repopulate out in the wild is very difficult anyway. So, and not to ever get a guinea hen because they had them as alarm on the farm. Always told him when he was past curfew. Yep, they will. uh, I have two guineas. Hey there, matchmaker 2020 from UK. Yeah, hi there. Um, they definitely are alarm systems, that's for sure. We use a bait poison too in those Tomcat boxes. Yes, that's what I buy. And I buy it from Amazon. I don't know if you buy yours from Amazon, but it's much cheaper. Lovebirds bite toes off birds too. Oh, I didn't know that. Everyone thinks they are so cute. Birdie Napa is what they are. Kathy, I had to bring up negative because you need a peaceful night, but I need prayer. Well, you got it, baby. I'm going to be praying, not. Listen, that's what I wanted to tell you guys. I'm trying to say that I'd be a whole lot worse if I didn't have Christ with me and be able to pray for things, and He puts the right people in my path to help me control my emotions, because I have been having chest pains lately, and I don't know if it's heartburn or it's stress. So we're gonna see. Where am I at? They got them after their turkeys were stolen before harvest. Hate to know you love spell check. Yep. I was told today I very likely have cancer. Got to have tests next week. Do you know what kind of cancer? I'm back. I had a call I had to take. Prayers for you too. Um, and how did they come? Bladder cancer. Is it because you had blood in your urine? Be careful. I'm not saying that that I'm not saying I'm going to tell you my experience. Years ago, I'm trying to think of what year it was. It was probably 1999, I think. I had blood in my urine, so I was sent to a urologist who was loco, because at the time I smoked. He decided because I smoked cigarettes and had blood in my urine, I had bladder cancer. And I did not have bladder cancer. and I had just been uh, um, laid off or fired from my job because they weren't laying me off; they were letting me go. Um, that's a whole nother story. Anyways, and I went to my ex boss, which was my friend, and at the time, well, she had been my friend for years. Anyways, make a long story short, she put me on what's it called, Cobra insurance. It cost me $700 a month to find out that I did not have um, bladder cancer. So don't worry yourself until the doctor actually says the test came back positive, because you can have blood in your urine and it not be cancer. Kathy, when I was taking care of mom, honestly, I got the medical MJ card, and it helped to have just a quarter of a gummy when I felt pains in my chest or extra anxiety and I could not sleep. Yes, I've been told that I should look into that, but I don't want the. If I ever did that, I probably wouldn't want the government knowing my business. Yes, been testing over a year, and previous doctor didn't get my appointment set up. Oh wow. Hopefully that will be something else. Now, you do have to be very careful about lifting and stuff at certain times in our life. I'm told that that can cause tears and stuff like that too. So be very careful, Christy. Christy, my dad went through that in his late 80s. He got through it even dealing with dementia. Hopefully yours is not cancer. I did not renew the card. Yep. Um, so I'm definitely putting you on the prayer list because God's got you. And I'm not gonna let him forget that he's gotta hold you up and heal you. Have you got to see Isabel yet? Or are you still not been able to see her? Hey Brenda. I had to go through finding a new primary doctor so insurance would pay specialist. He wanted to do the test today, but they were booked. Oh wow. That stinks. So when are they gonna do it? Didn't you say Monday? Let me look back here. But you may not know Monday if it's testing. Let's see. So where did I get Monday? I don't see anything about Monday. Um, and if you have some type of autoimmune, Christy, it can be something called IC. Look it up. It can cause ulcers in your bladder walls. Oh, wow. Hey, sweet lady. Linda. No, Katie was talking about camping on my land, but it's too hot for a baby. Yeah, Wednesday. Okay, I'm sorry. Wednesday. We are definitely going to be praying for you, my love. Um, God's got you. He really does. Have faith and just say, I'm in your hands, Lord. I know, I just have peace about it. I have peace that you're going to be okay. I didn't. I was very concerned about Wilma, and I haven't had peace in a while. But I had peace today when I talked to her. And I gotta say, it's really difficult when you're going through what I'm going through, and you don't. Your brain is not focused on real life. You just want to talk to the loved ones that you love about what's going on. And when somebody's in the shape that she's in and uh, and helps you through things is just phenomenal. Just phenomenal. I love her so much. How are you all doing with up north? We are actually cooler here than some northern states at the moment. Yep, that's true. Isabel cried around a vial of carried around a vial of anointing oil all afternoon and would not give it up. Oh, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. I kids are so precious. Um, Alora wrote a letter to her mom and dad, and at the um, get together after the wedding at the um, um, restaurant, she read it. It was so touching. I mean, just so touching. They know, they really do. They feel everything, and we don't give them credit enough for what God allows them to share their hearts with us. Sometimes we just overlook things, and I'm trying my very best to focus on what's going on around me, keep my behind on track with the Lord, reading my Bible every day and praying for my loved ones and everybody that I know. I lost one of the people that I've met in my new church up in Georgia. Um, his name's Rob. His wife Donna and him are longtime members, and she's the piano player. And a lot of the people in that church are related to one another, so it's very interesting. So, anyways, let's see. It's still over 100 degrees here this afternoon. This is a great thing to hang on to. Do you teach her to anoint the house windows and doors and pray for God's presence? That's a neat thing. Let's see. Brenda's saying she needs to get with Teresa for the picnic. I'm so excited for the picnic, and I'm actually going to have mangoes to make mango jam. So, Now it's going to be difficult for me financially, so we got to pray that I find a way to get there this year. But I know God's got a way, and right now I'm trying to get rid of things and possibly have a yard sale if I can get things together. And I've got to. I had it all planned out for me to be able to put the tile and stuff down in my bedroom while my mom was still in care yesterday and today, but that didn't work out. So, oh, pray that I get the things done around here that I need to. I haven't even finished painting the post outside, which I've got to get on that too. Uh, I'm so sorry. I think I missed saying hello to you. She's only a year old, but I'm sure Katie does. She's been going and doing ministry on an Indian reservation in South Dakota. Cool. Okay, Brendan, just holler tonight after the live or tomorrow night. I will be out running tomorrow most of the day. I'm going to the Mango Festival this Sunday down here. I wanted to go so bad, Carol. I wanted to go so bad. There's no way that I can go Sunday. Just no way possible. Not with my mom being in the shape she's in. I'm sorry. A commercial knocked out her picture. Sorry. Gotta love these stupid stuff they put in our live streams, right? Glad you got home safe. We are having a surprise 50th birthday for Lee Saturday. Then we leave Sunday morning, 4 a.m. for Gulf Shores, a treat from two of my daughters. Lee's going to go with you? Are you going to have me a heart attack? You haven't told me this. Why didn't you call me and told me this? This is exciting. You'll have to tell me all about it. You'll love Gulf Shores. I don't know if you've ever been there. It is beautiful. When Becky lived with me, when she was I think she was about 18 or 19, somewhere like that. We went to a church down here in Port St. John for a little while, and we all got together from the church and rented a house on the beach. Actually, it was on the other side of the street from the actual beach. We could see the beach through the houses on the other side. Ours weren't actually on the beach, but it was absolutely the bomb. We had so much fun. Where was I at? Carol, I had to refresh the page to get back in the chat. Wow, that's strange. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. No, Lee is not going. It's the rest of the family. Doggone it. Awesome treat. So let Lee tell Lee happy birthday. I think I did remember you telling me about this. My brain doesn't work. I'm sorry. All this stuff going on and I can't think. I'm so sorry. Watch out for sharks at the beaches this year down south. Seems very active this summer. Yes, I watched Blue Gabe and Tug Trash, and both of them have had a lot of issues with sharks lately. Tell Lee happy birthday. Lee is home. Body won't hardly go anywhere anymore. Yeah, I forgot. I'm so sorry. I just got all excited thinking you and Lee was going to romance off somewheres. That'd be really cool. Happy birthday, Lee. Happy vacay to you, Teresa. LOL. My hubby is similar. He would rather not miss work except for Disney with kids. My uncle had a place in Fredo right over the Bama, Florida line. The only place Paul will go is work in the homesteading picnic. That's funny. Um, Uncle passed away, but don't know if my cousins still have it. Wow. Seen another Jupiter fisherman hooked up with sharks a lot. He hooked a hammerhead from shore and a big trigger out on his boat. Yes. Um, that's something. So I don't know if you guys have ever watched Tug Trash or Blue Game, but I like fishing and I love to watch somebody catch fish. And it's not like watching a TV show fishing. This is real life fishing. This is not, I don't know how to explain it. It's just so much better on YouTube. So, um, Tug and his girlfriend went out and on a charter, I think. I think it was a charter, and he got a amberjack and brought it back in, and that's what they used for bait. They cut it up on the shore the same day. He went out fishing that morning and then came back and went that afternoon with this dude. And what was really, really cool about this, he literally had this hook that was, it was as long as this pin and hooked over like this. It was that big, okay? And he put that big old chunk of meat on there, and then he hooked it up to his drone. Flew the drone out into the ocean and then dropped it. It was so cool to watch. So he didn't have to, throw it out. Because let me tell you, I fished a lot in the surf. It is not easy to get it out far enough that it won't keep coming back in on you. So he caught a hammerhead and a bull shark. That same thing. I believe it was a hammerhead and a bull shark he caught in that video. Unless I'm getting my videos mixed in together, which that could be too. My brain ain't working right now. Hope y'all forgive me if I'm telling a lie. I don't mean to. Some fisherman said is very concerned about the great whites starting to attack so many boats down here too. Yeah, they're everywhere. They're just absolutely. I mean, Blue Gabe was fishing, and I'm telling you, they couldn't even get the fish to the boat. The sharks were eating the fish as they were bringing them in. I mean, they were racing to get them fishing, and it's just crazy. I have to go see why the dogs are upset. Okay, Christy. If you don't make it back in, we are praying for you, and you are on the prayer list tonight. I do need to get any other requests out there y'all have. Yes, I gave a guy my amberjack I caught way back in high school on a charter because he was going shark fishing later. I like amberjack, to be honest with you. It's a very tasteful fish. I don't know why people don't want to eat them. Be careful, Christy. Oh, hey, Linda. Just coming in. Prayers and hugs your way for your mom. Thank you, sweetheart. And Wilma too. Y'all keep Wilma in your prayers too. Wow. Bull sharks are crazy. Salt and fresh water. No thanks. I will stay on shore. Oh, and I was looking at one of Blue Gabe's. I don't know when it was. I imagine it was a new one, but I was watching at the nursing home with my mom. I mean, not nursing home, at the hospice house with my mom tonight. Blue Gabe had caught a little teeny tiny flounder in a trap in fresh water. It was not far from salt water, but it had come in and got somehow in the fresh water and was still living. Is that crazy or what? So here we call it brackish water when the salt water runs into the fresh water and the fresh water runs out. So salt water, it's brackish water. That's what we call it. I don't know what other people call it. I don't know if that's a real name or not. They got us a whole house on the beach. Oh my goodness, I'm excited for you. I dread the ride, but it's a whole week. Now, there's something you and I have been talking about, and I was wondering if you can talk that fella into waiting until I get up there. I will help you move them to wherever you want them. And you know what I'm talking about. Still pray for Anastasia and her dad. I will. And Anastasia, Andrea, Audrey. Sorry, I don't know why I keep calling her Andrea. She is going to have fun. She's definitely going to have fun, Brenda. I know she is. Crazy flounder got lost and was alive. Brackish is dangerous here. Everything is in it. Gators, crocs, sharks. Nope, nope, nope. Snakes. Water moccasins. Yeah. And thank you, Kathy. Not sure if he will wait, but I will see. Okay. So Blue Gabe also, his girlfriend's pregnant, and she's a tiny little thing, but she's pretty pregnant now. And he took her. I forget the name of it. It's where they catch catfish with their hands. They reach down in holes and get them. Let me tell you something. You could never get me to do that. Number one, I panic in water I can't see. Number two, I can't swim worth a hooey. Number three, I ain't sticking my hand in no hole that I don't know what's in there. Especially for I know they don't have teeth, and they ain't going to hurt you if they bite you, but I still don't want to do that. Noodling, that's it. Is that what y'all call it? Hogging there, Teresa? Thank you, Catherine. My mom and dad hogged for catfish a lot. Oh my gosh, we called it catfish hogging. Oh my God, how did you? Have you ever done it, Teresa? It would freak me out. I'd have a panic attack so bad that I'd drown. Got another set of ads and they shut you off each time. I reported the one that keeps shutting you down. Oh, wow. Wow, that's crazy. I'm sorry, Carol. I wish I could get rid of the ads. I don't even care if they're on here or not. Big catfish have sandpaper gums that will take hide off. Yes, they will. I will never noodle. Neither will I. Sorry. I'm not afraid of much, but I am not sticking my hand in a hole that I don't see. And I told David, this is how spooky I am. Y'all know I got black snake that lives up in my front yard. I actually had more than one. One of them I found dead out uh, by the hedge out front. I don't know if the lawnmower got him or somebody. Maybe he came from somewhere else and came across the road and somebody hit him. I don't know. He was up underneath the hedge and dead. But I'm going to tell you right now, it freaks me out every time I have to stick my hands down in the little hole to turn the water on. So I told David, I said, you are going to make me something that I really, really, really need. That is, I want a metal stick. You know they've got these little things. I'm gonna make a picture of it, and it'll come down like so, and it will come down. Okay, can you see that? This little T thing that has this little open thing right here. You can put that down on the turner, and that's how they turn on and off the water to the water company things years ago. That's what we used. Well, my I forget what it's called. My PVC turner offer honor things are like a butterfly thing, and they're red, and they're very large. I forget what it's called. I know what it's called, but I can't think of it right offhand. But y'all know what I'm talking about. They're pretty big, so he has to fabricate it and make it for me. But I told him, I said, I want you to weld me that together. So I'm hoping that one day he'll pull out his welder and make that for me. Because I'm telling you, I'm getting freaked out every time I put my hand in there. I have to dig the dirt out of there all the time and all the leaves. And only God knows what's in there. We have little snakes too that are just as bad as the big ones here. Where did I leave off? I have been hand fishing but not noodling. Oh, wow. I don't mind if they help you. Just never seen them cause issues like this before. Huh. I'd grab the biggest snapping turtle ever born and lose fingers. Yep. We have alligator snapping turtles. My luck, this is what I will noodle. Yep. Or a water moccasin hole. Let me tell you, about 30 years ago, I guess, maybe 35. I don't think it was any older than that. Maybe it's 35 years ago. A man went off fishing off in Grant, and he fell overboard out of his canoe and died from water moccasins. He fell into a what did they call it? They called it something. A den of water moccasins. I don't remember who was telling me about that. I want to say it was David's mom's neighbor was telling me about it years ago. When it happened, they were telling me about it. We were thinking the same thing, Linda. We had those in ponds around here. No. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pray. And then we can talk for a few, and then I need to get off of here and get into the bed. So, dear Heavenly Father, thank you for the time that you have given us of your time. Thank you for the fact that you've enabled us all as Christians to get together on here and talk. And I thank you for putting people in my life that uplift me and make me feel better. And that will help me and pray with me for others and pray with me for myself. And I get to pray for them. And I just thank you, Lord, for putting these people in my life. I don't care if my channel ever gets big. I just thank you that I'm able to visit with my friends here and able to share you and love and your love with others. Lord, I want to lift up Christy. I pray, Lord, that it will be nothing. And if it is something, I pray, Lord, that you cleanse her body, that you wipe it out, and you don't let it bother her health-wise or anything, Lord. Take very good care of her. Put your loving hands around her and give her peace for Wednesday. And let them be able to tell her what is actually wrong so that she isn't going to be overly stressed or worried about the outcome. Let it be manageable and let her not be in any pain or her health to withdraw at all. And I just thank you and lift her up, and I know she's in your hands, and I have peace that you're going to take very good care of her. Lord, I also want to lift up Anastasia and her father. You know the needs there, and I pray, Lord, that you fulfill them, bring them back to you, bring them close to you, and please let him teach her right, your word, and not their word. I want to lift up Audrey. Lord, please continue healing her and make her feel better. Thank you for being able to get her in and taken care of, and just continue to bless her and Brenda. And I pray that she gets to come to the picnic with Brenda this year in fall. And I just thank you for all my friends on here. And I pray, Lord, that you continue to bless Wilma. I pray that the chemo wipes out all of her cancer and that she doesn't have to continue to get sick for long periods of time the rest of her life. with this stupid chemo stuff. I pray, Lord, that you give them a fantastic day. It's Deborah's birthday today, and I just pray that they were able to enjoy one another's company. And I can't wait to talk to her and tell her happy birthday. And I want to lift up Donna. I know, Lord, it's hard. It's when you've been married to somebody for so many years and you love them so deeply that you lose them. I pray, Lord, that you give her peace and love and lift her up. And Lord, please, please, please let Mama get good night's sleep and be clear-headed tomorrow as much as possible with the Alzheimer's. I know you want her safe and happy. And if it's her time, Lord, I'm giving her to you. I know I'm a selfish brat when it comes to my mama, but I love her and I want to spend as much time with her as I can, as healthy as possible as she can be. I don't want to see her suffering and I don't want to see her dragging on and not knowing what's going on around her. I just want her to enjoy what part of life she's got left. And even if she goes in the next week, I pray, Lord, that she's clear-minded and able to enjoy and not be in any pain and no suffering. I thank you for all that you do for me. I thank you for the peace that you've given me and the control that you've controlled. You've helped me control my emotions and my temper and even some of the way that I've been talking to people. I thank you that you've helped me to gather my thoughts before I say things. And I hope and pray that I haven't said anything to hurt anybody. But I just lift you up, Lord, and please hold me tight and let me get through this. In your precious name, amen. Okay, so I am going to get off here. I'm going to call Deborah and wish her a happy birthday. And then I'm going to call and check on my mama, and then I'm going to go to bed. So I hope you guys all have a beautiful week. And y'all take care. Thank you for coming in. And I'll see you next time. Bye now. Thank you, Carol. All right. Catch y'all later. Bye-bye now.